Alright, this update just came out about 5 hours ago as of the recording of this video. And in this video, I'm going to cover the things that you would need in order to complete this update and get the new pickaxe. Now, in order to begin this quest, you're going to have to talk to this guy, the ferry operator. Now, when you talk to him, you're going to realize that he's going to require from you 1 Coinite to be able to enter the ship and to sail to the island to get the pickaxe. And in order to be able to do that, you're going to have to mine Coinite. Yes, Coinite is now an important ore that you need to get over there. You cannot swim over there. I will even show you in a second why. But you need to get the Coinite from this cave right here. Now, before the update, you were able to swim across to the maze itself, or at least the maze entrance, and you were able to get a good distance inside the maze cave before getting sent to the spawn point. But if you try doing that now, you're going to realize if you decide you're not going to talk to him and just swim over there yourself, that you are not able to make it. The devs has pretty much made it so that if you stay long in the water long enough, you essentially just die. So to make it clear, you definitely need Coinite in order to use the ferry to get to this place. There's no other exceptions. Okay, maybe there might be an exception. Maybe perhaps you can board on with somebody that has Coinite to get to the island. I didn't try it myself prior to this video, but I will mention it in the comments if in case you can. Once you pay him the Coinites, then you're going to stay on this ferry, wait for the timer to go to 0, and then the ferry will take off to the new maze site. And of course, this is where the update truly begins. Or rather, where the fun begins. Now that we are at the island, we can now say goodbye to the ferry operator and begin our journey. You're going to realize that this is what you could see before the update, but what they changed, you can immediately see that there is no water here. There was water here prior to the update, but now it's a rope to which you can, I'm not sure if you can use, but you can definitely go down this hole. Can you use it? Okay, apparently not. Trying to use, oh wait, yes, you can use the rope. So you can use this rope to, I guess, climb back up to leave the maze. Once getting past the rope part and you're down into the maze, you're really at the entrance, as you can see here. I'm just going to speed it along. And this is the entrance gate. Now, right to the right, you're going to see the masked stranger. I believe you get missions from him. I did not talk to him yet. Okay. I'm going to say, who are you? I'm just going to go quickly through this. What you need. 25 skeleton pirates, 7 Cthulhu, all gone. Okay, so you get a kill enemies quest from this NPC. If you remember, this is the same NPC that you would see at Island 2, right in front of the cave. Right here is the first important thing you must realize. You're going to see quite a few players show you how to go through this maze, but the maze resets every day. So even if I were to show you how to get through this maze I will go through in this video, it will change the very next day. So do keep that in mind. The next thing you want to keep in mind is the fact that in this cave, the enemies are pretty strong and have a lot of HP. So you're going to have decent weapon and armor to be able to go through this maze. Luckily for you and us all as players, it's not too hard to get through the maze. All you have to do is just follow the path. And of course, if you reach a dead end, retrace your steps a little bit so that you can continue along the path. you do this, you go here. Okay, so now you're going to see enemies here to which you must fight or defeat for said missions. But I'm going to speed this along to the end so I could show you what you need to do to get the Heavenite Pickaxe. When you get towards the middle of the cave, you're going to come across an NPC called the Fungi, or as I would like to call it, the Fungi NPC. Now, of course, when you talk to her, she's going to be the one that gives you a lot of limited blueprints. So let's just take a look at them here. You're going to get a broadsword, you're going to get a straight blade, you're going to get, I think, 2 straight blades, weapon blueprints, and then you're going to get a great axe blueprint. Now, of course, what you want to stock up on is the Fungi's potion. That's really important. As you can see, it gives you 20% faster mining, 15% extra mining damage, and 15 extra luck boosts for 600 seconds. So you'd want to take that. You definitely would want to take the opportunity to farm these as much as possible. Okay, and then once you do that, if you don't have any more money, you could always come back. Remember, it says here merchant restocks in half an hour, so I guess it'll just restock the potion, but you definitely want to take advantage of getting these while they're here. So the great axe, I guess I could use that, and I'll just pick that up. I mean, okay, I guess I picked up everything. So once you of course get those things, you can of course always come back to her to get the rest of it if you don't have the money. But once you see her, then you know that you're already halfway through the cave, or maze rather. Now, once, of course, you reach the end of the maze, you're going to come into this room right here, where you're going to see 2 angel NPCs, and beyond them, the Heavenite Pickaxe. Now, when you reach here, you're going to see a yellow veil blocking the entrance to the pickaxe. But once you, of course, do the 3 missions that are tied to these 2 NPCs, you will have access to the pickaxe right here. Now, I believe the first one is, I think you have to defeat 10 skeleton pirates, and I believe I think 3 Cthulhu, and then the next one is about 25 and 7 Cthulhu, and then the third one is 50 skeleton pirates and 15 Cthulhus. Once you get through those 3, then that's pretty much it. You come back to these 2, and then you have access to the room in order to get the pickaxe right here. And this is the pickaxe right here. The price is 2.4 million. If you have the goblin class, however, it comes down to 2.1 million, or 2,111,000. And that's how much you would pay to get this pickaxe. Is it better than the Dragonhead? I wouldn't really say necessarily, but if you're looking for luck, it definitely is better in that department. So, yeah, let me see. Can I? I don't think I could. So I'm probably going to have to show it by the enhancer in a later part. So once again, the maze is going to change every day. So you're not going to get you're not going to be able to look at a video necessarily and know how to get through the maze other than just following the path. Anytime you see a dead end, retrace your steps, and then of course continue along the path. This right here is also a dead end, so usually this is what you would see when you see a dead end. You would see the you would see a fire lit at the end of the path as opposed to the side. So you kind of would see that from a distance and get an idea, okay, maybe this is the end of the cave. But again, sometimes that may not be good enough, and you actually have to go in and go in a little bit on the path to see whether or not it's a dead end or not, because that could very well be a corner. So you know, take that with a grain of salt. Now this may be a new money farm area, but I would have to run this side by side with the peak money farm area to see which is the better of the two. But if you're looking to farm money and you have access to this area, this is definitely not a bad area at all. In fact, if I spend just 10 minutes farming or mob farming, I have my money amount on the side there, and you can definitely see that it goes up by a pretty considerable amount as I slay these enemies. Of course, these enemies have a lot of HP, so you're definitely going to have decent weapon and armor. Okay, so I went to some area in the maze that teleported me outside of the cave. Not really sure if that's a bug, but yeah, that's what happened. But in the 10 minutes, you can see how much money I had now. I think I started off with 650,000, and you can see here I gained an extra 16,000 almost. Once you complete that, then you would have their pickaxe once you complete all the missions, and then you can go back to the island. Now, of course, you could probably talk to the ferry operator, but he's most likely going to want one free Coinite, or not free, but one Coinite, right? I wouldn't bother paying him that. That's just like a waste of Coinite. I would only pay him just to get over here, not to get back. To get back, I would just simply respawn. Now you're probably wondering if the new pickaxe is better than the older. I would say it just depends on what you want. If you want more mining power, the Dragonhead axe is pretty good. If you want more luck, however, I say this pickaxe is really ideal. And you could just add damage runes onto it, mining damage runes, and that will of course help you with mining damage plus luck. And from my experience, it doesn't seem like you need much after that to really get some of the best ores in the Raven Cave. Let me just scoot on over. So this pickaxe is definitely better for luck. If you want the luck boost, this pickaxe has an 85% luck boost, right? 725 damage, 85% luck boost. Whereas the Crimsonite or Dragonhead pickaxe has a 750 damage, mining damage, and 78% luck boost. So if you're looking for a better luck boost and to increase your chances in getting better ores or more rarer ores, then use the Heavenite Pickaxe. If you're looking for just the damage and you want to just buff it with a whole bunch of minor shards with luck boost, then the Dragonhead Pickaxe would be your choice. I would say, however, just go with the Heavenite Pickaxe because it's cheaper, and you could always put mining damage, minor shards on the pickaxe to increase its damage because it's only off by about 25 damage points. And let me see how much to put or add. Okay, so it's a little cheaper. The Dragonhead pickaxe is probably about around 415,000, while putting a minor shard 2, for instance, on a pickaxe like the Heavenite Pickaxe is going to cost you around 360,000. Alright, that's pretty much this update. So if you want, I would say use the Heavenite Pickaxe if you want the best amount of luck in order to get the rare ores in the Raven Cave. It's a lot better in my opinion. you use this pickaxe and stack some luck potions along with some minor potions, and then you start hacking away at these crystals here. You're going to get a lot of good ore. In fact, the ores that I received so far, I received three evil eyes from a single mining session using this pickaxe. So it just tells you how good your luck would be in getting a lot of the rare ores in this cave. So that's pretty much this update. If you have any more questions about this update, you can leave it in the comments below. I will be going back to that maze to test the money farming or the mob farming in that place as opposed to the peak in future videos, and compare the difference. No calculating. Hopefully this video was informative and it helped you in some way possible to get through the maze area. Again, like always, if you have any questions or if you have any thoughts on the video, do drop it down in the comments. Also, tell me if this update was a W or an L. I personally think it was a W. This update's it's a W in my book. But of course, I would like to hear your comments down below in the description. In the comments. And as always, thank you for watching. And until the next video, peace. Quick announcement. I would like to say that for anybody that's been following so far, previously I would upload shorts in regards to the Golem Boss fights. But all future Golem Boss fights are going to be recorded in long form, so you're going to see them as long form videos in compilations instead of short videos. And that will be about it. If you of course have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I will be going live regularly. As far as this update, might actually show how to go through the maze on different days, so stay tuned for that. And if this video was, of course, again, helpful in any way, do leave a like and a subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Let's grow this channel to over 1,000 subs. And as always, till the next video, peace.